crucial component of staying competitive in an ultra race is staying fueled. The distances that we ride aren't really very compatible with regular feeding. So what we have to do is we have to eat regularly on the bike. So that will include having a bag of nuts or a bag of Haribo sweets or Nutri-Grain bars, for example. These are all the things that I have. And then maybe every 5 to 10 minutes you're either having a cup of nuts, Haribo, a Nutri-Grain bar. I'm going to see, using blood chemistry, how endurance riding has affected my levels of glucose and the lipid profile of my blood. The way we measure blood glucose, for example, is with this crazy gadget. On the electrode, just drop the blood. And now it's starting to read. And my blood glucose is 3.7. 3.7 is quite low. I'm normally around about 5.1, 5.2. They're my baseline values that I was recording before I came out here.
Studies which have investigated the impact of ultra-endurance cycling on energy have identified large deficits in energy intake versus usage. However, there are discrepancies between studies on the magnitude of this deficit, most likely due to the differing methodologies used to acquire this information. As yet, no one has measured sugar or lipids from blood to investigate this, so I wanted to contribute to this knowledge base by doing just that. So here we can see a graph which plots blood concentration of glucose in pink, cholesterol in blue, and triglycerides in yellow over the course of the race. The corresponding shaded areas represent baseline values which I recorded at home before the race. And what these data show is that early in the race, the levels of these components that are vital for providing energy are often higher than the normal range, especially early on. Only on one occasion does the glucose level go below the normal range, and even that is not by much. I must confess, I find this data counterintuitive and don't really understand what is happening here. Perhaps measuring blood sugar and lipid do not accurately inform us of our energy status. What is more, this is a case study and may just be a one-off. It is important in this context to use this information not as knowledge that can be applied to the general population, but as the basis for performing more studies in more people in order to evaluate the reproducibility of this finding. Only then can we speculate as to what it means more generally. You might also have noted that the frequency of the readings becomes less later in the race and seem to stop altogether before the end of the race, leading to an incomplete data set. I wonder what happened there.
Picking times to make these measurements is very difficult. So, for example, one idea was to do it pre and post meal, but I'm constantly eating, and then I sit down and have something a bit bigger, but on the whole I'm just constantly eating. I'm not sure what it would actually mean to have post and pre measurements.
I've just taken some more blood tests. I only took 2 because the third one I couldn't get enough blood. I think I must be very, very dry, very dehydrated. I have been largely filthy for the last 72 hours, and opening the skin with a lancet just doesn't really seem like the kind of thing I should be doing. I mean, you can actually see where I've been lancing my fingers, and there's obviously sort of small wounds, and the dirt is just collecting in the small wounds, and I will just demonstrate that now. There you can see just all those black dots.
Calypso, the Eastern European brother of what we might know as a Calippo, has saved me the past 24 hours. It seems to have had a soothing effect on the stomach, and I've been eating almost exclusively Calypsos and no solid foods. And I'm hoping that's going to get me over the finish line. So let's see.